I'm Sharie Albers, a partner at Virginia Family Law Center, and let's talk about the timelines for a divorce in Virginia. One of the first questions people ask is, how long will it take to get divorced? In Virginia, the answer depends on three things: how long you've been separated, whether your case is uncontested or contested, and if fault grounds are involved. Before we talk about uncontested versus contested divorce, there is one rule that applies to everyone. Virginia law requires a separation period before divorce can be finalized. Virginia does not have a formal legal separation process, and the court will not grant a divorce until the required waiting period has been satisfied. If you have no minor children and you and your spouse have signed a separation agreement, also called a property settlement agreement or marital settlement agreement, the required separation period is 6 months from the date of separation. If you have minor children, Virginia law requires a 12-month separation period. The longer waiting period is intended to discourage impulsive divorces, encourage amicable resolution, and allow time for issues involving children to stabilize. The only way to avoid the separation period is by filing on fault grounds, such as adultery, cruelty, abandonment, and desertion. Fault grounds can allow you to file for divorce immediately. However, fault-based divorces require you to meet minimum evidentiary standards. That means the court must hear testimony, review evidence, and make credibility determinations. This process almost always involves discovery, hearings, and sometimes trial, which is why fault-based divorces typically take longer to complete than no-fault cases. In practice, many fault-based divorces become no-fault cases once the separation period is complete, as parties often decide resolution is preferable to prolonged litigation. Once the separation requirement is met, there are two primary paths to divorce in Virginia. The first is an uncontested divorce, which is the quickest, most cost-effective, and usually the most amicable option. In an uncontested divorce, both spouses agree on all major issues, including property, debt division, spouse support, child support, and custody and visitation. After the separation period is complete and the separation agreement is signed, an uncontested divorce is often finalized within 4 to 8 weeks, depending on the court's processing time. The second path is a contested divorce. Contested divorces occur when the spouses cannot agree on one or more major issues, and the court must step in to resolve those disputes. Contested cases require things like discovery, motions, hearings, and sometimes trial, all of which are controlled by the court's calendar. As a result, contested divorces often take a year or longer to complete. Understanding whether your case is likely to be uncontested or contested and whether fault grounds may apply helps you walk into a consultation with the right expectations and the right questions.